The harpsichord descended from an instrument called the psaltery, a handheld stringed instrument played with a plectrum, a piece of quill, ivory, or metal used to pluck the strings. As the psaltery evolved into the late 14th century, a keyboard was added. This new instrument was called a clavitherum. This development soon led to the harpsichord in the early 1400s. The earliest written references of a harpsichord date from the 14th century. It's possible that the harpsichord was invented in that century because advances in clockwork and other pre-modern machinery were being made, thus a likely time for the invention of the mechanical aspects that distinguish a harpsichord. The player depresses a key, lifting the jack, to which is attached a small plectrum, a wedge-shaped piece of quill, metal, or plastic, which plucks the string. Upon release, the string's vibrations are halted by the dampener. So here is the mechanism in action. We have our jack, which is pressed at the bottom by the key when depressed. And you can see the plectrum, which is plastic on this bottle, that plucks the string. And we can see the felt that dampens the string upon release. So it sounds like this. This system is what gives the harpsichord its unique sound. The development and use of one or two strings gave volume options to the instrument. They used stops, levers, or different manuals to switch between. This particular instrument has many different levers and stops to use to achieve many different sounds. It has a stop over here, a lever down at the bottom, and then a stop over on this side as well. With just this stop in, you get the lower octave of the harpsichord. With just the right side stop in, you get more of the higher octave. With both of them out, you get the normal sound of both octaves. And with both of them in, you get a special sound, kind of like a lute, four-strummed instrument. This instrument also has the lower level that works in tandem with the upper manual. This particular instrument has 3 different strings instead of the regular 2. You can use this lever to add to the normal manual sound. Here's the manual, the upper manual, as compared to. And if you add by depressing the lever with your knee, usually, harpsichords had elaborate paintings, moldings, casings, and designs. They were as much of furniture as they were musical instruments, so they wanted them to look good, show off their wealth, and show off the people who played them. Expensive materials such as ebony and ivory were used for the keys, while materials as precious as gold and jewels were used for the casings. The earliest complete harpsichords still preserved come from Italy, this oldest specimen being dated to 1521. The Italians used a light framework, a single manual or keyboard, and little string tension. In 1580, Hans Ruckers of Flanders revolutionized harpsichord construction. He used a more solid framework, longer strings with more tension, a heavier case and spruce sounding board, which gave a more sustaining sound, and he used 2 different manuals, one in the original octave and one used to transpose. The French used the Flemish design, but extended the range to 5 octaves. They used different manuals to vary the number of strings to be plucked, instead of for transposition. It was considered to be the pinnacle of harpsichord design, and was adopted as the model for the modern pianoforte. The 18th century saw the slow decline of the harpsichord with the invention of the pianoforte. Harpsichords became specialty instruments, and many variations were being made for enjoyment in private households. The harpsichord is still used today to authentically play music of its era, and for pure enjoyment of an instrument that advanced the keyboard world.